According to Daily Mail, the party was held at a Parisian Palace in Las Vegas that Diddy rented for a whopping $25,000 for 24 hours. Video footage from a birthday bash Sean Diddy combs through for his friend Meek Mill in April of 2014 has surfaced in the midst of the disgraced rapper's sex trafficking arrest.
The glittering lights of Las Vegas hide dark secrets. In 2014, Diddy threw a lavish birthday bash for Meek Mill that seemed like the pinnacle of celebrity excess. But beneath the champagne and glamour, a sinister truth was brewing. Nearly a decade later, shocking footage has resurfaced, exposing the chaotic aftermath of that fateful night. Bloodstained sheets, mountains of drug paraphernalia, and allegations of criminal activity now threaten to topple Diddy's empire. What really happened at the party that changed everything? In 2014, Diddy took celebrity extravagance to new heights, renting the opulent Parisian Palace in Las Vegas for a jaw-dropping $25,000. This wasn't just any party, it was a 24-hour spectacle designed to celebrate Meek Mill's birthday in true Diddy fashion. The Parisian Palace stood as a monument to luxury, its grand architecture and lavish interiors perfectly suited for hosting the elite of the entertainment world. But even amid such splendor, Diddy's team had some peculiar demands that raised eyebrows. As preparations got underway, the property manager found himself fielding increasingly unusual requests. Diddy's team insisted that all interior bedroom door locks be ordered new and left unopened until their arrival. This odd requirement hinted at an almost paranoid level of security and control. Adding to the mystery, they also requested permission to bring their own smoke detectors.
The property manager was given a rough estimate of 850 guests for the mansion party. However, 900 guests showed up. Diddy's personal assistant relayed specific requests for the party, including bringing their own smoke detectors and that all interior bedroom door locks were to be ordered new and left unopened for their arrival. Jason claimed most of the guests participated in, quote, drug-fueled festivities and described Diddy as being wasted.
The property manager's unease grew as the guest list swelled beyond initial estimates. They had been given a rough count of 850 attendees, but as the big night approached, it became clear that number was conservative at best. Anticipation built as rumors swirled about which A-list celebrities would be in attendance. The air crackled with excitement, but also a hint of tension. What exactly was Diddy planning that required such secretive measures? As the sun set on Las Vegas, limousines and luxury cars began arriving at the Parisian Palace. The floodgates opened and a sea of glamorous guests poured in. The final tally? A staggering 900 people, far exceeding even the inflated estimates. The sheer scale of the event was mind-boggling, with hundreds of music industry elites, actors, models, and hangers-on packed into the mansion. The stage was set for a night of unprecedented excess. When the clock struck midnight, Diddy's star-studded bash took a dark turn that would leave everyone talking, and some desperately trying to forget. As the night wore on, the true nature of this exclusive soiree began to unfold, revealing a side of Hollywood that few are prepared to witness. The initial hours of the party were a dazzling display of celebrity and excess. A-listers like King Bach, French Montana, and Lil Durk made grand entrances, their arrivals captured by a sea of flashing cameras. The mansion buzzed with excitement as guests mingled. Champagne flowed freely, and music pulsed through the opulent rooms. But as the night progressed, signs of trouble began to emerge. The property manager, who had expressed concerns earlier, watched in growing alarm as the festivities spiraled out of control. What started as a glamorous celebration quickly descended into what insiders would later describe as drug-fueled festivities. Eyewitness accounts paint a disturbing picture of the night's events. Guests were seen engaging in increasingly shocking behavior, their inhibitions lowered by a potent mix of alcohol and other substances. The once pristine rooms of the mansion became stages for wild antics and reckless abandon. At the center of it all was Diddy himself, reportedly in a state that could only be described as wasted. The host's condition seemed to set the tone for the night, encouraging others to push the boundaries of acceptable behavior even further. As the party reached its fever pitch, it became clear that things were spiraling dangerously out of control. The revelry came to an abrupt halt at 3 a.m., but not before leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. As the last guests stumbled out into the early morning light, they left behind a scene of utter chaos. The mansion, which had been a playground for the rich and famous just hours before, now stood as a silent witness to the night's excesses. Imagine waking up to find your multi-million-dollar home transformed into something out of a horror movie. That's exactly what happened after Diddy's infamous party, but it wasn't just the mess that was shocking, it was what they found hidden in the bushes. As the property manager stepped into the $7.5 million mansion the morning after, his jaw dropped. The once pristine Parisian Palace in Las Vegas now looked like a war zone. Broken bottles littered the floors, creating a hazardous minefield of shattered glass.
He told the publication, quote, "There were broken bottles of alcohol, used condoms, blood on the beddings, powder, razor blades by the hundreds, lubricant on the dressers, and marble floor," which, according to the property manager Jason Haidt, was left in a disgusting mess after the wild get-together. Jason claimed he also, quote, "found panties, bras, and even 2 iPhones in the bushes behind the bowling alley."
But that was just the beginning of the nightmare. Blood-stained bedding in multiple rooms hinted at wild and potentially dangerous activities. Drug paraphernalia was scattered throughout the house, raising serious concerns about the nature of the party. The property manager's unease grew with each disturbing discovery. The damage wasn't confined to a single area. Every room bore witness to the night's excesses. Valuable furniture was overturned or broken. Walls were scuffed and stained. Even the outdoor areas hadn't escaped unscathed. It was as if a tornado of partying had torn through the entire property. But the most unsettling finds were the personal items left behind. Underwear and bras were strewn about, painting a picture of unbridled debauchery. Even more bizarre, 2 iPhones were discovered in the bushes behind the bowling alley. What stories could those abandoned phones tell?
Diddy, let's start with video footage of the birthday party of Sean Diddy Combs, one that he organised for Meek Mill back in 2014.
He said the party ended around 3 a.m. and claimed there was rampant cocaine use all over the $7.5 million property.
Palace in Las Vegas claiming that there were broken bottles of alcohol, used condoms, blood on the bedding, powder, razor blades by the hundreds.
As the full extent of the destruction became clear, so did the realization that this was more than just a rowdy party. The presence of blood and drug paraphernalia raised alarm bells about potential criminal activities. The property manager knew he was dealing with something far beyond the usual celebrity bash cleanup. The task of restoring the mansion to its former glory was daunting. Professional cleaning crews had to be brought in to deal with potential biohazards. Expensive repairs and replacements were needed throughout the property. The final bill for the cleanup and restoration was staggering, far exceeding the initial $25,000 rental fee. Fame, fortune, and influence. Diddy had it all. Yet as legal troubles mount and former friends distance themselves, we're left wondering, was it all just a carefully crafted illusion? The unraveling of Diddy's empire traces back to one fateful night that's only now coming into focus. Fast forward from that wild 2014 party to today, and Diddy's world looks drastically different. The music mogul now faces serious legal troubles, including charges related to trafficking that could lead to significant prison time if he's convicted. It's a far cry from the untouchable image he once projected. The dots connecting that lavish Las Vegas bash to Diddy's current predicament are becoming clearer. What seemed like just another night of celebrity excess now appears to be a turning point, the moment when the cracks in Diddy's carefully constructed facade began to show. As more details emerge, the party's aftermath takes on a sinister new light. Perhaps most telling is how quickly former friends are distancing themselves. Meek Mill, once the guest of honor at that infamous birthday celebration, has publicly declared his separation from Diddy Gang. In a stark statement, Meek asserted, "Yo, what's up life? Diddy Gang, Meek Mill in real life, don't ever disrespect me." It's a clear attempt to draw a line between his past association with Diddy and his current stance. But the story gets more complicated. Conflicting statements have surfaced about the true nature of Diddy and Meek's relationship. While Meek denies any wrongdoing or close association, evidence of their past friendship is hard to ignore. In a move that speaks volumes about the severity of the situation, Meek has announced plans to hire an investigative team to uncover details about his own involvement in the Diddy case. As the legal proceedings unfold, there's a growing sense that more revelations are yet to come. Will new witnesses step forward? What other evidence might surface? The resurfaced footage from 2014 has already reignited discussions about power dynamics in the music industry, particularly how figures like Diddy can manipulate narratives and relationships.
Lubricant on the dressers and marble floors, panties, bras, and even 2 iPhones in the bushes behind the bowling alley. Goodness me, sounds like quite the party goings on were happening. And given the fact that we are hearing he taped everything, he had video cameras with him at all times.
But he's in jail, he's awaiting trial. in May next year on some pretty serious charges, sex trafficking, etc.
Could be in jail for the rest of his life if convicted.
Exactly.
Legal experts warn that the consequences for Diddy could be severe. Beyond potential prison time, there's talk of asset forfeiture, with the government potentially seizing properties tied to alleged criminal activities. It's a stark reminder of how quickly fortunes can change in the world of celebrity.